Welcome to Dragonshire! We're in the losers bracket, everybody! Another best of 5 reverse is going up against Easy Girl. And what is happening here? No! These people have done their research. They're banning Stitches. Now, to be fair, if you watch the games that we've seen in the winner bracket from Team Easy Girl and even the games that they played in the losers bracket, you would probably ban Stitches as well. And if you haven't watched them yet, I can heavily recommend that you watch at least the winner bracket semi-final where Team Easy Girl played, because it was absolutely incredible, and the Stitches performance there is what led to this particular ban. Now we're in the Korea Cup. We talked about this already a lot. We had insane games so far. This tournament was really a big surprise. Was very fun. Lots of players came back for this event. So yeah, I'm ready for the games. I got my coffee, my HGC mug as well. Again, Heroes Gaming Community still going strong in 2024. And guys, if you want to check it out, there's a merch link that is in this description. So not only this mug, but also others as well. We have the hot butters through cheese now too, so you can check it out. And as per our usual agreement in this tournament, at least we have Vala bans. Bit sad, but it's just what it is. So, Brightwing is in, and as our first pick. Now, I have a pretty hard time picking a favorite for this. If you would have asked me in the first round of the tournament, or maybe even before, I would have said, okay, Team Reverse, clearly the favorite against Team Easy Girl. But the red team has performed so well, not only in the winner bracket, but also in the games that they played after they were dropped down into the losers bracket, that I am a bit of a fan. I mean, honestly, I feel like Team Easy Girl has very quickly moved into the role of the fan favorite. But then on the other side, you have, you know, like pretty top players on the side of Team Reverse too. So I'm really curious how this series is going to play out and who's taking it. Now, in total in this tournament, I believe we have roughly $3,000 of prize money on the line. We had 8 teams in total. It's a double elimination system. Officially, it's called the Healing League Season 2. I just run it as the Korea Cup. We had the first season, aka the first iteration of the tournament last year, I believe, in 2023. Now we're gonna see what the two teams here can pull off. Now, obviously, this deep in the tournament, teams have done their research, and Stitches ban has already highlighted that very impressively and very quickly here. That was to be expected. Now, Urel gets banned out. We have Hebin here with Muradin up at the front. And yeah, I kind of want to know what we're going to get in damage. A lot of the damage here that I would have loved to see here too have now been banned out. Vala got the axe, Tracer's out, Junkrat has been a pretty big favorite here too. And the cool thing about Junkrat is actually that we saw multiple games now where he was played with Rocket Riot. Very fun. Big fan of that. Something that I personally didn't expect either. When it comes to the ults in particular, there's quite a few changes that we've gone through compared to the Western meta, for example. So that was actually pretty sweet. But well, as it stands, we have Anduin Genji as a combo. So Genji has been played a lot with the bubble over here, but now obviously we're going to get Light Bomb for that engage. Diablo benefits from that as well, even though I still would think Genji to be the main recipient of the ult. And then we have a global and a triple frontline with Imperius plus Dehaka right now. So, yep. Nicely done. Yeah, that leaves us with our final pick. Initially, I was actually told this would be a best of 3 series, but they upgraded it, so it's a best of 5 now. No complaints from my end, I can tell you that much. And here comes our final pick. We need a little bit more damage for them on Dragonshire. But Diablo Blaze pretty strong. Ah, and there comes Sergeant Hammer. Alright, ladies, let's go. Dragonshire, game number 1, Team Easy Girl going up against Team Reverse. Game on! We on Dragonshire. The first map between our two teams here on the left in blue. The triple melee frontline from Team Reverse, rocking it with Muradin, Dehaka, and Imperius. Obviously, Imperius is going to be able to also contribute quite a bit of damage here. Then we have Sylvanas and Brightwing to round things out for the blue team. Over on the right, we're looking at Team EG, aka Team Easy Girl. As I said before, I always thought it was a bit of an homage to Evil Geniuses, and then the first lobby I joined, they immediately went like, "We Team Easy Girl! We Team Easy Girl!" And I'm like, okay, you're Team Easy Girl, it's fine. So we get Anduin, Genji, the combo, Diablo Blaze at the front, and then it's hammer time. As already talking about hammer time. Muradin Stormbolt dropping the hammer on Genji after he initially got hit by Imperius. And that is first blood immediately. Somebody laubert a little bit as we are starting into this. Nicely done. Pretty big attack there, and it led to our first blood, and now even an attack where they're trying to put some extra pressure onto Blaze. Muradin jumping to massive jet propulsion, by the way. Woo! Hitting 4. Not that it did anything for him, but still pretty damn good. Little bit of structural damage as well. And with all of that said and done, the rotations have now started between the lanes as they're slowly starting to make some moves. And Team Reverse is starting this one off with a bit of a bang, I gotta say. So, yep, not too bad. But, well, in the meantime, we're now having 1 kill to 0. A little bit of scouting going on for Muradin here. Very unlikely that they're going to make a play for this. Seems like the blue team is totally happy to go for their own camps as well. And yeah, then we'll see how things go. I personally am a little bit interested to see if over the course of this match we are going to see Stitches at some point being led through the bans. Or this is just continuous stable now from Team Reverse, that after the games that they've watched from what's his face, Delusional, that they are just saying like, yeah, we're not going to deal with this. This is not going to happen. We are not going to give him Stitches no matter what. This is just going to be a constant ban throughout the entire Best of 5 series. So time will tell how they are going to approach it, or if they perceive other heroes to be more of a threat as the series continues and we're moving into other maps as well. But either way, should be a pretty interesting one. Now 1 kill to 0, and thanks to Sylvanas, a bit more power behind that push up at the top. So she's pepping that up a little bit. As Diablo is playing against Dehaka down at the bottom of the map, fighting for control over the shrine. But generally speaking, I'd say Team Reverse a little bit ahead here. They're calling the shots a bit, slightly inexperienced, nothing insane obviously, but they are currently the ones making the more aggressive moves in the game. And even going for Diablo now in this particular instance. The double control on the shrine, and Genji was actually attempting to see if he can grab the Dragonite, which did not work out for him. Oh, that was close. Nearly hit by Dehaka too. But Sergeant Hammer, even before she gets level 7, is already doing a lot of work up at the top. Dodges out on Dehaka, and then Anduin with a save. I like the way that the blue team was trying to quickly collapse on the Sergeant Hammer, but also a very nice reaction here from Team EG, as they were able to save Sergeant Hammer and also do a bit of work at the top side wall, so that's a nice one. With all of that, next attack already coming, and bam! Here's the kill. Genji dying for the 2nd time in this series. So he's currently the prime target. He's trying to control the map a little bit by rotating between the lanes and applying pressure, just a bit of poke here and there, but they are ready for him. Shutting him down early, and that now leads into a level 7 talent and half a level of an advantage for Team Reverse. So they're doing very well in this first game of the series, and we'll just see how much further they can go with this. At this point, top side gets attacked again. This time it is Sergeant Hammer that falls earlier, able to escape. Now not so lucky. The Sergeant goes down. Genji has used the mobility to go down to the bottom of the map and get the shrine control. But Dehaka also still taking care of this. So yeah, another kill as Blaze falls. Anduin gets attacked too, but is able to walk away. But there's an enormous amount of momentum that now gets built up by Team Reverse. The blue team is going for the fort at the top. That will make any fight for the top side shrine so much easier for them when the opponent doesn't have a fountain anymore on the lane. So things are looking very, very good. It's more than a level lead now in experience too for the blue team. So things are getting better and better. The red team needs to try and find their foothold in this game. But yeah, they nearly lose Diablo here too. That was actually close. That could have definitely become a problem, but Anduin saved the day. Delusional needs to be careful though, because he's still fairly low, but they're finally getting their first blood. Finally able to get a kill. They pick off Imperius. He's the first one to fall. 4 kills to 1 now. And again, the attempt to go for control, to go for the next camp. Blue team not set back too massively by Imperius falling, and Death Timers are of course still low. But already, we're having them trying to go for the siege giants at the bottom of the map. Team EG with the attempt to get double shrine control. Blaze on the way in the middle. But to be fair, blue team already has several heroes in position, so even if the double control comes to pass, they can interrupt any kind of Dragon Knight steal that could possibly be set up here. And Imperius at the top can easily move over and start to take the control of the shrine again, which is exactly what we're seeing. But there's still the chance that they're actually invading. They're trying. Diablo, careful. Muradin gets hit. Here comes the jet propulsion. They're trying again. And Imperius is still missing. So this is a 5 versus 4 that the blue team engaged into. And they're losing the Arca, don't they? Rain is low and gets saved. What? He gets saved despite it being a 5 versus 4. They were not able to really win this. The Siege Giants get stolen and somehow they were able to walk away from it too. Level 10 abilities, being ready, obviously helping. But damn. Did not expect that. I honestly thought that it was a mistake to go into this the way that they did, that they would lose a hero, but that wasn't the case. Now we have level 10 abilities on both sides, but not before the Dragon Knight gets claimed by the Haka. So still that 1 level lead. Yeah, and they're looking pretty good on this one. So as it stands, we now have the Dragon Knight moving through the middle, starting to do some work here and hammer the axe over. But with the push at the bottom being executed at the same time, the team is struggling a bit. So it seems like the Dragon Knight is going to be allowed to take that one easily. He has Genji. I mean, apparently they screwed this up a little bit. I have to assume that his Swift Spike cooldown wasn't available and then he tried to ult in or something. But yeah, that didn't really do anything. So now the Dragon Knight gets mad value in the middle. The rest of the team is at the bottom of the map trying the same thing here. I mean, just like summing it up, this is a mad amount of aggression that we're currently seeing from the blue team, and they're doing exceptionally well. The red team, Team EG, they're trying to stabilize, they're trying to get a foothold in this, but it is nearly impossible from the looks of it right now. They're struggling mightily here. They need to use those level 10 abilities that they finally got to maybe get that kill, you know, against Brightwing, against Sylvanas with a nice engage. But things are very, very tricky. So with that said and done, we're now looking at level 13 talents that are going to kick in very, very soon. And yeah, obviously hits keep coming. Down at the bottom of the map, the next attack to go for the camp, and the red team is actually able to grab this one. But there's still a talent behind. They lost 2 of their forts, so they can always bring this back, but it is going to be tricky. I mean, at that point, we are now having 22,000 damage for Sylvanas, 24,000 for Genji. Bit of a trap down at the bottom of the map, and actually with the Stormbolt that they just connected, they might get the kill. The follow-up stun is there, and Anduin goes down. So Anduin is eliminated, and they could follow up with the second kill. They're trying on Diablo. Here comes the delivery system as Imperius pops his ult. They're losing Sylvanas in the process. Nicely done by Genji. And the red team is hungry for more. There's the barbecue. Nice body block. And Imperius is dead. 5 kills, 2-3. Level 13 talents soon kicking in. And this is starting to look a little bit better for the red team. Still behind, don't get me wrong. They haven't taken a single structure out yet. But they are at least able to fight back, get some kills. That was long overdue. So now we have them 1 level behind. But with a small amount of momentum. A little bit of momentum that they can now use to try and take some of their structures out here. So we'll see how this is going to work out for them. So far, at least, things are kind of alright-ish. They have the next objective up, so if you get a Dragon Knight here, you know, you might be able to turn the game around eventually. At least it's even talents. So that's something that they had to fight for too. And in the meantime, we have the camp over on the right side, about to be taken. So Lovesick on Blaze is moving in to try and claim this one. Whereas down at the bottom of the map, the fight for control over the shrine has now started. So, let's see. The attack against Muradin. Once again, the stun is happening. The camp now up at the top, so they can go on par, even Steven with the Haka and Blaze. Down at the bottom of the map, Muradin with the engage, gets pushed back immediately. Diablo's already there, double control on the shrines now. Can they follow up on that? Light bomb. And he X strikes in. This has happened now twice. He tried to pull that off twice instead of Swift striking, but they go for Sergeant Hammer, and they get the kill. Nicely done. Muradin falls as a result of that trading heroes. But level 16 is now so close for the blue team that they should have that advantage in just a moment. Nobody's moving in the middle to get the Dragonite, and now that the Haka has fallen, it might get a bit tricky for them. But Bunker is already out, and they try for Imperius. They will get him too. Imperius goes down, and that is 16 on the board for the blue team, and it does absolutely nothing for them. Nada. They go down, and that is half a level of a lead. So the lead is shrinking. 6 kills to 6, and all of a sudden, Team Easy Girl is starting to build up more and more momentum. They're getting stronger and stronger here, and they're looking pretty darn good. So, not too shabby. Can they really bring this back? Can they start the comeback here? Swift Strike comes in, they go for Sylvanas, they get the stun connected. But there's no follow-up. But they make the life of the blue team so much harder right now. Anduin, of course, now with the double pull on level 16. Sergeant Hammer hasn't even made a choice yet. Yeah, there it is. I expect a Giant Killer, and we're getting it now. Dragonite can again be threatened. Blue team, can they split somebody off towards the middle? They're certainly trying to pull that off. But yeah, next attack is happening. Stormbolt connects. Delivery from Imperius, and bye-bye Blaze. Blaze is gone. Didn't bunker up. Had maybe an opportunity in the tiniest of windows, but he falls. Wailing arrow from Sylvanas as they're trying to go for Ando in the barbecue play to turn the fight around, though, from Diablo. And Brightwing is low, and Genji completes the kill. I gotta say, Genji is actually stepping it up mightily. He was a bit iffy in the early game, died twice very quickly, but right now a lot of the kills that are happening here are being prepped by him. The red team has been able to deny another Dragonite. Here they come with a stun, and they go for Imperius. So the game has really flipped. When we're talking about kills, that's where Team Easy Girl is now absolute dominant. 9 kills to 7. If you think about the flow of the game, the last couple of team fights have heavily been leaning in their favor. Now maybe a chance to use that momentum to move to the top, get another shrine, and then grab the first Dragonite for the red team. There's definitely a chance that this is going to happen. And Sergeant Hammer is doing work at the bottom of the map. Pops a bit of napalm here as well. All in the attempt to ensure that they're getting some forts destroyed. Muradin trying to interrupt, but they know exactly where he is. So, yeah, Blaze about to grab the DK, and they're gonna get it. They're gonna get DK here. This is their first one. And this is actually starting to look better and better. I mean, think about how they were more than a level behind. Now, all of a sudden, they're half a level ahead. They need to still catch up in structures, but they're definitely on the right path. So, once again, I want to say, fan favorite is really putting the pain on. I was already counting them out for game number 1, not gonna lie to you. Game number 1 a little horrible, but right now at this point they're looking so much better here, and they might just be able to pull this off. So we get the fort in the mid lane attack. They're setting Sergeant Hammer up down at the bottom. 9 kills to 7, nearly level 19 now too. And let's see how much further they can go on this one. I mean, right now, Dehaka is sitting all the way up at the top and is doing his job there. Globe is down to the bottom of the map, trying to force the fight. They're moving in for it. Let's see what they can do. Genji, Swift strikes out. Everybody is trying to retreat. Dragonite is not with them. Has in the middle taken the fort on the other hand. So, yeah. And now, the blue team just again trying to take the DK down. Experience has been evened out. The only one that hasn't died in the entire game is actually Diablo. Diablo is literally the only one that has not died in this game yet. Everybody else died at least once. Diablo obviously has his soul stacks too. And they take another fort. So 2 forts have now been destroyed on each side. So they're drawing absolutely even with the opponent's team. And now even move in to get themselves the next camp down at the bottom of the map. So as it stands, we're having a bit more pressure from the red team. Gonna get level 20 probably also a bit sooner than their opponents. So another big mark. Let's see how much further they can go here. I love it when we have games like this that is just the entire time back and forth. I absolutely love that. And they are pulling that off. This has actually been, for me personally, the way this tournament has been run so far. All the games were so incredibly close. A lot of them going to the final map of a series, being the best of 3 or best of 5. And so many cool compositions too. Triple, healer. We had like no tank composition, multiple ones where either Maiev, Leoric or Dehaka or Chen were played as the main tank, and a lot of them highly successful as well. So yeah, very, very enjoyable. And of course the meta differences that we have between the Koreans and the Europeans and the North American players are having an impact on that one too. Now with level 20, we got, as usual, the Ultra Capacitors for Sergeant Hammer. Push to the bottom. They're trying to go for Dehaka. Yeah, a bit low. Brightwing comes in. There's a jet propulsion. And yeah, once again, that attempt at a light bomb engage did not really work for them. So here comes the bunker, the safe place, as he was starting to drop a bit low. Another Stormbolt connects as well. Meridian has to jump out. Genji is already high in his heels, and the second that the Haka comes in, Genji realizes that he should probably attack it out of there, and he does. So next attack is maybe the kill. Anduin in trouble, survives. Sergeant Hammer though is gone already as Meridian jumped in. Diablo trying to turn the fight, but it's not quite happening. So can they get another kill? Blue team finally back to business as they're dropping Blaze too. I suppose they can, yes, they can also get Anduin. So, Anduina is destroyed. That is 10 kills to 9. And another fort that is on the list. Not shabby! Sylvanas, how much further can you go with this now? With Sylvanas' help and the death timers rising, there are a few moves that you can definitely make right now. So, let's see if they can actually claim maybe even a keep. They were the team that initially took the lead, but then started to fall behind when they just had a phase where they couldn't kill anything from the looks of it. So, Dragonite is now also taken on his way down to the bottom of the map, so the blue team with another chance to use the objective to take some structures out. And this one is a guarantee. This fort is gone 100%. The question then is, where are they going next? And it seems like they're actually thinking core. Dragonite apparently has a bit of a different opinion and is still trying to whack away at the key, but is finally making his move over towards the core. They're trying to end the game here, and things are looking pretty decent. Nobody's even attacking the Dragonite. That is gonna be game in game number 1. Team Reverse, ladies and gentlemen, with a win. Nice comeback attempts by Team Easy Girl, but it is the blue team with the 1-0 lead in the best of 5. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, Towers of Doom. So, turns out that Team Reverse was actually able to win the first map after all. I mean, it was a bit of a bigger chore for them that they probably initially thought it would be. But they've been able to pull it off, so good for them. Kind of cool though still that we had that attempt from Team Easy Girl to really bring it back and nearly win this one. It was kind of fun to see. And I would never put it past Team Easy Girl to really win those games, because they've had so many already where I kind of mentally counted them out a little bit, and then they just came in and murdered everybody. So let's see if they can pull it off. The question that I asked at the beginning of game number 1, by the way, is currently being answered. So we have indeed Stitches banned out. And from the looks of it, at least, I would assume that this is going to keep happening, because Team Reverse just saw those games that were played from Delusional with Stitches and just said, nope, we're not dealing with that. But Genji gets now banned out, so Genji, even though he fell multiple times at the beginning of game number 1, then turned out to be a pretty big asset to the team, and they were able to kill multiple heroes later on with Genji alone. So direct reaction to that. Genji gets banned, Vala still getting the axe. Her high priority in this particular tournament has not really changed. That's still the case here. And now let's see what gets picked from the red team, as Diablo is the first choice for the opponents. We get Lucio and we get Hanzo. Alright, so the good old rule, if you can't beat them with normal means, then just go full Overwatch on them. Seems to be holding strong again. So, yep. We have Tracer and Deckard Cain on the other side. The old man is coming in now. For Towers of Doom, Deckard Cain. Alright, let's see how he's gonna do here. Expected that pick more, let's say, for Infernal Shrines or something like that. But bans are coming out now slowly, the final ones, as we're heading into the second map. Keep in mind, this is a best of 5 series, and we are in the losers bracket. If I've not made this clear earlier, then yes, this is a losers bracket match, meaning whoever loses is out of the tournament. So we are currently in the top 4 already. If you win here, you make it by default into the top 3. The losing team takes 4th place. It should be a pretty cool series, and honestly, I can't really wait for the rest of the matches that we're getting in this tournament now, because there's so many cool teams now with so many top players from Korea, and the games that we've seen up to this point have been an absolute delight. So Sylvanas gets banned, Joanna is banned too, so they're attacking the front line a little bit with these picks here. And with that now, double pick for the blue team. What are we gonna for the red team? What are we getting for main tank? It's Garrosh and Urel. Alright, so the Space Goat, a little bit of blue and red that we're currently getting. And yeah, now for the final ones for our second map. I mean, right now, ooh, Sergeant Hammer is getting a bit more popular as we're heading into the later rounds of the tournament. We've seen a couple of Sergeant Hammer bans, now she gets a higher priority. We have Hogger for towers for the top lane. Could have also seen Dehaka here. Leoric has been played a lot in this tournament too. So a lot of the Korean players have decided they want to play Leo and use him for lane control, for mercenary and minion control to rotate between the lanes. But Urel against Hogger the top lane, and for added damage for the red team, we are getting Cassia. Final pick. And well, with that, we're heading into map number 2, into Towers of Doom between Team Reverse and Team Easy Girl. Game number 2, the lead for Team Reverse. They would love to extend that here. Want to go ham on this. We now have on the left side for the blue team Diablo and Hogger as the 2 frontliners, Deckard for the heals, and Sergeant Hammer plus Tracer. Tracer is going to be very interesting with Rain, because he's been bantering already with other players where he just said, hey, you can pick whatever you want as long as you give me my Tracer. So now he can prove that that reputation is justified. Over on the right side, though, we're now looking at Team Easy Girl with a front line with Urel and Garrosh. We have Hanzo and Cassia for damage, and then Lucio for all them heals. So they started off strong with 2 Overwatch characters. Now we're pretty much just double checking what they're gonna do with those. So we're going full Overwatch on this apparently. And time to party this up a little bit. So who's going to be victorious in this game? It's gonna be... I mean, it could be honestly a bit wild, this series. I would not be surprised to see this go to another 5-mapper. It's the wildest thing in this tournament in general. I believe I've casted like... how many? 15 games or so, 15 matches in this tournament, and 80% or so have been going to the final map, being either best of 3 or best of 5. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, you couldn't script it any better way. But yeah, so I would not be shocked if that trend just continues here. I mean, either way, blue team obviously has a very different approach to this. They want to end this as quickly as they can, so they're aiming for that 3-0 as they should. And I think a big part of this is going to be the performance of Rain on Tracer. So we'll see if he is able to shoulder that responsibility and really do work here. But Team Easy Girl getting aggressive already and thinking, hey guys, how about we invade the opponent and take their pumpkin camp too? If they can pull it off, that would be pretty neat. They've already taken their own, and Hogger is currently making absolutely 0 moves to move down to the bottom of the map. So there's a bit of a trade going on. Hogger is pushing more minions in, damages the wall a bit, and the red team is able, thanks to the numeric advantage at the bottom of the map, to move in and grab themselves an additional pumpkin camp. So not bad. Ah, one thrown in, and a couple pumpkins at least connect. Actually a few more than I expected to. But yep, not too shabby. So able to get a little bit of work done here. And we'll see how much more they can do. But at this point, it's level 4 kicking in. They've already done some damage. They're gonna try and expand on that. Indomitable is now in the hand of freedom. Never know if Urel is Scottish or from the US, but yeah. Very freedom loving. Not going full Mel Gibson on us just yet. Then again, we got Siege Tactics on level 4, as you would expect. Deckard Cain has gone for the Potion of Shielding. And they are breaking through that top wall pretty easily at this point. Okay. Bottom of the map. Does an attack against Garrosh. Gets bullied around by Diablo. Might actually be in trouble here. And is just barely able to walk away. No kill yet in game number 2. So Team EG still doing alright here. But again, gotta be careful. Those situations can very quickly flip. And now that the first altars are here, this is exactly the kind of stuff that we're going to see here. So the attacks keep coming, and it is again Garrosh that gets attacked very heavily, but is able to walk away. Now the next little approach coming. First altar is already taken, and it's the traditional exchange between the top left, top right, as the third altar is still being fought over by both teams. Tracer now zipping around a little bit. Urel jumping in. They want the kill here. Trying to also go for Garrosh. Deckard Kane. Nice. Gets the root and zones them out. But Hanzo used that time to grab the altar. And that's 4 more shots fired. So a slight lead for Team EG, for Team Easy Girl, as we are moving into the mid-game slowly and steadily here. So game number 2, Towers of Doom. Slight advantage for the red team. Nothing crazy. Little bit ahead, but we haven't seen a single kill yet, so things will definitely change in the dynamic that we're seeing here. Diablo again with another quick push. They are aggressively trying to set these kills up. Diablo and Deckard Kane working in tandem to try and chain the CC. But when it comes to mercenary camps, we have the red team just doing a little bit better here. They're doing pretty okay with this, starting to make their moves, and yeah, this time they can't quite invade. But you can tell that they were actually thinking about it, and they're still posturing around. Not too aggressively, but it's something that the blue team still has to acknowledge. They took now the siege giants, the pumpkins. So, yeah. I like that at least we have Team Easy Girl always posturing here and always looking for an opportunity to, you know, maybe claim a kill or claim a camp. But we're now 5 minutes into the game and we haven't seen a single kill yet. So everybody is playing this very, very tight. Not exposing themselves to any kind of ganks, not taking any unnecessary risks. Lucio's moving in against Tracer right now just to soak up the experience in the mid lane. As at the bottom, the push continues, and Hanzo getting flipped by Delusional and just barely saved, and then uses the chance to jump over the fort, the bell tower. Well, this could have gone real badly. We could have seen the first blood in the game. Top side, as the blue team is inching a bit closer to level 10, we now have pressure on Hogger. Shots are being fired. First altar is taken. And now the fight over the one in the middle is going to determine which team is taking the lead on the altar shots. And seems like Deckard Kane is going to get this one for free, as the red team is chasing first blood. They're trying to go for Diablo, and he makes it out. Yep, Diablo gets out of the fight. Hanzo, Tracer wanted the kill, can't quite get it. Deckard Kane with the ult. Stay a while and get wrecked. Trying to make the move here. Can't pull it off. Abin could still go for the barbecue. Shockwave from Hogger. And still not a single kill. One team doesn't have level 10 abilities, but it doesn't matter. As they are moving away from the fight, it is still not a single kill in this game. The good news for the blue team is that they got both of the altars, so now they are slightly ahead, but here come the heroic abilities for their opponents. So now Team Easy Girl has also level 10 abilities. We get the taunt from Garrosh. And, yep, top side, Hogger against Urel. Again, the play for Diablo. Nice damage, but not enough. Tracer moved into trying what they can in order to get some kills in, but it's honestly a little bit tricky for them. 7 minutes in nearly, no first blood yet. They're really playing this as close to home as they possibly can the entire time, just making move after move, camp after camp, but never really exposing themselves to too much damage. So now the attack against Sergeant Hammer down at the bottom of the map. That could actually change things now, and there it is. Finally. Finally first blood in the game. Sergeant Hammer goes down. Here comes Hanzo with another arrow. They follow up. They try to follow up to get another kill, but they can't. But the Team Easy Girl is able to get the first kill of the game and maybe bring back some momentum as the Soul Altar at the bottom of the map is spawning. So, another little move from Hoggers. They're trying to go for Urel here. Tracer moves in, but Urel is fine. Yep, Urel is still totally fine, is not falling. The channel has happened, and now we're drawing completely even again on core points between the two teams. Sergeant Hammer is obviously back. The damage output a little bit ahead of Hanzo in this case, for example, when we compare what Sergeant Hammer has brought in. So the top damage dealers on each team slightly favoring the red team at this point. Activating the boss even. But it's an interesting one. Only the second game in the best of 5, and already everybody is playing this very close to home. The attack for the bell tower again, and this is where the blue team, despite the fact that they haven't gotten a single kill yet, can now pull ahead by taking bell tower control. Sergeant Hammer gets attacked, did not go for siege tactics here. The old man again with his ult as they're attempting to make a play. Nice BFG, really good hit. Tons of damage. The barbecue nearly dropping Cassia. Everybody has to retreat as Diablo went for the lightning breath. They got level 13 talent, so a slight lead now also when we're talking about just generally their the tools that they have in their tool belt. The 13 talent would make those fights leaning towards them, the blue team. So on the other side, we're now seeing Team EasyGirl fall back a little bit, try to get the experience to close that gap and then play around it. But shots are still being fired. Sergeant Hammer, of course, now zoning them out as best as possible. With Cassia, we have that blind in the hands of Team EasyGirl, so they can use that too. It's another big tool for them here, against Sergeant Hammer at least. But it's a tough second game. I mean, it's all about whether the blue team can take that 2-0 lead or not. Going for a reverse sweep, we've actually seen Team EasyGirl perform extremely well multiple times when they were far behind in the series, but it's always a tall order. And now with Hogger at the top channeling, them already getting the 6 shots fired because of all that bell tower control. It's not only the bot lane, it's also the top lane where they got the bell tower. 2 measly shots fired back. That's in the long run just not enough. So full on map control right now from Team Reverse. They're doing great here. They have 25,000 damage on Sergeant Hammer, so starting to pull heavily ahead on this one too. And yeah, the attack keeps coming, and there's the kill with the BFG. Even pumpkin shots are making it in now, dropping the red team score down to 19 points. And if you look at experience, the gap has significantly widened. Right now, it's more than a level lead between the two teams, and it's bringing them closer and closer to a level 16 talent that could help them to also take another bell tower, potentially in the middle. Sergeant Hammer still at the bottom, defending very much alone for now. But as long as she can sit here and just poke away a little bit, this is gonna work quite nicely. It is an interesting game, and I have to give credit to Team Reverse. They're playing this very, very well. So they're playing a really nice style that allows them to do a lot of work and put pressure onto their opponents. Now another kill. Barbecue is in. Nice flip, and the body block annihilates Deckard Cain. But they killed Cassia before that even happened. And you look at the mid lane, and of course, Hogger has now taken this bell tower. So now we're looking again at 6 bell towers to 2. And guys, this is a triple altar phase. If 2 of those altars go over to the blue team, they're going to pull so heavily ahead. Pumpkins are about to make it in 2. So the situation is really shitty for Team EasyGirl. Shot after shot is fired. And they could even end the game now. If they take 2 out of the 3 altars and the boss, then it is over. Same is of course true if they're able to get all 3 altars. They're down 1 hero. But yeah, it's gonna be a tall order here. This is not gonna be an easy battle by any means for Team EasyGirl. They're in trouble, and it's an endless barrage that is just fired against them here. So now they're down to 4 points, 2 measly shots fired towards the blue team. And of course now the big question, is the boss eventually going to be taken? Are they able to get another bell tower conversion at the top and start the barrage, or how is this going to play out? Hanzo's arrow, nice against Tracer, but she zips away just before the ult of Cassia can connect. Nicely done. Here comes BFG. Diablo gets murdered. But they lose Urel and they lose Garrosh. Tracer's coming in and absolutely destroys them here. Double kill from Tracer, the numbers advantage again for the blue team, and they're slowly starting to go for the boss here, and that would end the game. And I don't think that the red team can actually react to this. So this is looking very, very tricky. Hanzo is trying to sniff that out, but the boss is already down to 50% of its HP. This looks like game. the Team Easy Girl, they would have to perform a miracle here. But here comes the barbecue. They burn Hanzo to the ground, and that's all she wrote right here. 5 kills to 3. Team Reverse claims the boss and ends game number 2. They take the 2-0 lead in the best of 5 against their opponents. Nicely done. GG and well played. Infernal Shrines is our third map, and outside of the 2-0 going on, we have very interesting discussions on the live stream now as well. Stitch is banned again, kinda sad. But yeah, we actually had one person raising the question why exactly the Germans, and it turned out it was not only the Germans but the Europeans, why we eat eggs out of little cups. And my first question was, how else would you ever eat it? Because again, if you have like a cooked egg and then you want to eat it, then like how else would you stabilize it? Turns out that apparently it's not only the Germans that do it like that, but most of the Europeans, at least with immediately people chip in from all kind of countries. Person that asked was from the US, and the question was answered by, well, you already get it peeled, or you would peel it and then eat it. But I'm not quite sure. It seems like a very interesting cultural difference, but considering that those are usually just like medium cooked and the egg yolk is still liquid, you need something to stabilize that egg. So I don't know if I'm missing something obvious here. Obviously, when you get... I personally prefer scrambled eggs, so the problem doesn't really arise there. But interesting things. See, it sounds very much the same level of questions like whether or not pineapple belongs on a pizza, and the answer is obviously yes. If you have a pizza Hawaii and you have ham on that and stuff, then you can put pineapple on pizza. You don't have to, but it still tastes very, very good. Either way, Diablo, Rega, and Junkrat are in the house. And we have Genji and Blaze on the other side. So yeah, so like 3-minute eggs in a little egg cup. I don't know, I never really questioned that. I always, like, we always had that when I grew up. Now again, I always prefer myself to have scrambled eggs, but I don't know. So, Urel comes in. I'm still a little bit salty, by the way, about the continuous Stitches ban. I understand why they ban it. I absolutely agree that they should ban it, but I, as a viewer, want to see the Stitches performance again. But it was so damn good. Again, if you watch this right now and you haven't watched the winner bracket semi-final with Team Easy Girl, do yourself a favor and check it out. Specifically when you're a Stitches fan. It's all on YouTube. Have a look at the playlist, because it was absolutely amazing, and yeah, it was incredible. Delusional this time goes for Johanna. We are on Infernal Shrines after all, so you have Blaze together with it. Mephisto starts kicking in right here, and that leaves us with our double pick on the blue team side. Now, interestingly enough, Genji has already been taken. Anduin is not banned out, so you could go for Infernal Shrines, Anduin, Genji combo again. And when we're talking about Infernal Shrines, there's obviously a lot of supports that help you with very nice zoning on the objective 2 that they could go for. Malthal gets taken now, and maybe even a triple front line. Ah, they go for Sylvanas. Sylvanas Junkrat for the main damage here. And then with the support on the side of the red team. I mean, Team Easy Girl has to win 3 in a row now if they don't want to end up 4th place in the tournament. If they want to advance, have another shot to make it into the grand final, then this is the moment. Also, quick spoiler alert, if you haven't seen that yet, grand final, it's going to be a best of 5. Best of 9. Yep, best of 9. Not a best of 7, a best of 9. It's going to be epic. Ooh, nano boosted Mephisto. Alright, count me in. Can they start the comeback? Yes, no, let's find out. Infernal Shrines, map number 3. Team Reverse is in the lead with a 2-0, and they have match point number 1 on Infernal Shrines. Double frontline play with Malthael and Diablo. We get Junkrat and Sylvanas for damage, and Rhaegar for all them heals. On the other hand, Team Easy Girl. Pretty interesting comp too. Lots of AoE already for them with Johanna and Blaze, so already great start. But then you have Ana and Mephisto, and this is where things get really interesting, I think. Ana Mephisto with Nano Boost, that could become a big obstacle for the blue team on Shrine fights, and then you have Genji to potentially follow up on any kind of damage that they can do here. So I'm curious if they can bring this back. I mean, this is always one of the specialties, I want to say, from Team Easy Girl, that they really are tenacious as hell and always fight back into a series. But they've also played a lot of games now, and a lot of these teams that they're facing off against have now studied them and have specifically started to target certain heroes that previously allowed Team Easy Girl to slowly make these comebacks happen. And one prime example is, of course, the fact that we have now continuously these little plays being made around them banning out Stitches and some others. So yeah, we'll see what they can pull off here. Either way, as it stands, we now have all the way up at the top Blaze already sitting tight, obviously, so he's in a position for that. And the attack in the middle, as everybody is starting to become a little bit aggressive, is quite a difference from some of the previous games that we've seen there. But now look at that damage from Mephisto in particular that they're able to pull through. Not too bad. Okay, let's see if they can do a bit more on this. I mean, right now we have at the bottom of the map the rotation continuing. Rega, by the way, has gone into the Feral Heart as his choice on level 1. So also a bit of a different approach for him right now. And then on top of that, it's time for all of them camps. So they're slowly starting to take the camps away. Each team has now taken their own, which leaves neutral, one at the bottom of the map. Rain, bit low. Genji looking for the kill. Diablo immediately starting to catch him and drop him into the wall. But they're slowly retreating here. So, alright. So far, nicely done. And, well, Genji in the middle already. So they're really starting to follow up on some of these moves that they made previously in the hopes that they can actually start to lock some kills in, I'd say. Yeah, so far we haven't even seen a single kill, but they've been certainly trying to grab one. And Genji is just continuing to rotate around and really bring the pain here. So one attack after another as he's hoping to seal the deal on one of the opponents. The third camp, on the other hand, is now slowly starting to be taken. Okay, so slowly starting to move in to grab that. And I suppose we'll see if they can... Oh, Blaze at the top. Alright, he is gone. Blaze gets eliminated. Well, that's the first blood in the game. Down at the bottom of the map, they at least were able to grab the camp, as I already said a little bit earlier. So, not too bad for them. And now with 1 kill to 0, the blue team again trying to take a bit of a lead, an experience that's already happening. And I talked earlier about how this can become a problem, especially when we're talking about this map, where level 7 is a big deal on the first shrine. And they're definitely going to grab that. So they're already in position, so they have the lead with Sylvanas pushing with the camps through the tops. That's a huge problem they have to deal with. You can't just simply ignore her. But they also would love to go for the objective. They can't really, though. So this is looking very, very good for the blue team, at least initially. Sylvanas is now rotating over. Oh, gets nearly caught here, though. Nice sleep dart attempt too, but Diablo is already helping out, so they're providing some cover. They have 39 minion stacks already, and they're gonna get more in just a moment. So yeah, some nice moves being made right now on the side of Team Reverse, as they're hoping to get a 3-0 victory over their opponents. It would be a bit of a shame, honestly, if the journey of Team Easy Girl would end like this, but then again, we've had some incredible games from them already, and Team Reverse is at least right now looking pretty good. So the moves are coming, they're going for the fort at the bottom of the map. We have Lovesick coming into... Jet Propulsion missing out. There's always a problem with Blaze. If your Jet Propulsion connects, then you're in an amazing position and you can really start to turn things around here. But if you miss the Jet Propulsion, you find yourself usually very much surrounded by opponents that have nothing better to do than try and kill you. So this could happen here as well. But now down at the bottom, or in the middle lane, still a bit of damage being done. But already we can tell that it seems like the red team, Team Easy Girl, is a bit on the defensive here, which is tricky. Again, this is match point. So can they win it here? I think in terms of best of 5s, we have in the entire tournament not seen a single 3-0 so far. So this would be the first one. Genji in the mid lane, trying to also go for a quick attack against Sylvanas. Yeah, they're burning another tower down. Blaze still at the top, locked into that 1 versus 1.
The Rhaegar with the Purification as level 7 talent, the Dirty Trickster for Junkrat, half a level to 10 before the blue team can unleash their heroic abilities here. And now Jojo trying to also move around, gets trapped. Diablo obviously knows exactly where she is now, bullies her around a bit. We have Mephisto coming in from the top, and level 10 abilities soon could also drop that. So we'll see how much damage they can do here. The fight over the camp could potentially break out, but there's last rites, all the ults that you would expect in that situation. And with level 10 abilities, there's obviously no chance for Team Easy Girl. So they fall back very quickly. They have to buy a little time. It was just that small time window, but it got used by the blue team to grab themselves another camp. And now we get some adjustments. For example, we have now Falling Sword for Johanna. As expected though, Nano Boost and Mephisto, I suppose with Durance of Hate. I think that's what we're gonna get here. With Ana, you could obviously also go the other way. Jojo's trying to jump out here, already on the move. Diablo attempting to get an angle, a proper one. Mephisto isn't here. Blaze is coming from the top, trying to turn it into a numbers advantage for the team. Jet Propulsion, and the opportunity to get a kill, but here comes Rhaegar. With his ult, Diablo might still fall. They're stopping him quickly. Good sleep dart also from Ana. And that is the end of Dibbles in the first kill for the red team. So nicely done. Now with that said and done, we now have... Oh, there comes the ult. And Rhaegar gets murdered as well. So Rhaegar is down, is eliminated. And the next shrine is getting announced already. So, yep. Definitely party time over here as everybody is starting to get their kills in. But with the shrine coming up, there's the opportunity now for the red team to potentially bring this back. They've already taken the lead in experience. Nothing crazy, but again, it's there, so they can start building on that a little bit. Or at least hope to. And we'll see if they can grab the Punisher. That would certainly help them here. Ults are slowly coming back up. Nano Boost. Again, Nano Boost in combination with Mephisto is a buttload of damage. It's a ton. So far, Genji is the top damage dealer in the game with nearly 22,000. But I'm pretty sure that with more shrine fights coming up and the big 5 versus 5 battles increasing, we are going to see some pretty serious moves made by Mephisto in particular. But the blue team is currently giving up on this. I mean, they have Sylvana, so they can always try, you know, to outpush them a little bit. But still, we're not quite there yet. Another attack already coming in from Diablo. Here comes level 13, so the talent advantage is in. But the Frozen Punisher has now been grabbed by Blaze. They are not pushing with it, though. They have to defend at the top, where Malthael has already moved back, has even proxied one of the waves. They know exactly where he is. Is he really getting away? I mean, I guess he is. The fort falls. So great job by Mephisto. Now the red team has to decide whether or not they're going to be able to move in here and do some work. I suppose they can. So the attack is coming. And yeah, well, they're not able to take that fort out. So it is actually a very successful phase for the blue team, regardless of whether or not they were able to win the objective. Johanna is jumping out. The Riptire is still going to connect, but it's definitely not going to kill her. But with the fort fallen at the top lane, and then in addition to that, also the damage done at the bottom of the map, this is definitely a big win for them right now. So things are pretty decent at this point for the blue team. Even though they're behind in kills. Again, Lightning Breath from Diablo as he's trying for the next barbecue. Look how low everybody is on the side of the red team. Everybody on the side of Team Easy Girl is low, and the first one to fall is Mephisto. Brother on brother as the Lord of Hatred comes in and gets the kill. Ult from Malthael, but he's not able to take Johanna down. It doesn't matter though, they were able to pick up 2 kills in that situation, and they move in for the fort to drop it. So that's the second one that gets destroyed. They could easily rotate down to the bottom of the map, which is exactly what they're doing now to eliminate the last one. So 3 forts get destroyed, and that is the entire outer ring of defense now gone on the side of Team Easy Girl. Yeah, this is going to be very tough. Can Team Easy Girl somehow turn this around? They're behind in kills, experience, structures. They played a fantastic tournament. When I started with this, when we were in the first round of the winner bracket, I personally thought, okay, Team Easy Girl, they're going to be quickly relegated down into the losers bracket and will probably be eliminated as one of the first teams. And boy, was I wrong. They really stepped it up, and if they should lose here, they're still 4th place. I personally could have seen them go even farther than that, but Team Reverse, at this point at least, is just looking a bit too strong. They're playing such a great series, very decisive, very controlled. 3 kills to 2. They have an entire level lead, and it leads to that talent advantage for them, of course, too. So, yeah, not shabby. Really nice performance by them. Good moves that are being made. And now, of course, the only question, how far can they control this game? All the way to the end to lock in the victory in the series? Or is eventually the red team starting to turn things around a little bit? Down at the bottom of the map, that's where the attacks are still happening from the red team. The idea being, of course, grab experience, try to get level 16, just so they can fight for the shrine that is spawning at the top now. This is going to be the next play for them. Yeah, and they're also trying to get a camp here. But hello, Blaze, you might be needed. I'm not so sure, but I have an inkling that it might not be a dumb idea for you to actually join the fight here. Oh, but they're not able to get a kill, so they're just trying to rush away. Diablo, Ana, he's going for Granny! And Granny is down. Ana gets blown to pieces. Timing is perfect. Last rights gets a hit too. That's the first stack for Malthael. He wasn't able to pick up a kill earlier. Level 16 talents really playing a role here too, but now as they're going for the keep, the counter-aggression, Ancestral is in all the way up at the top. We already have Junkrat trying to get themselves some stacks. But damn, Ruthless, Team Reverse. They're really running the show here. Fantastic performance from them. And I gotta say, I talked about this a bit in the first draft. If you would ask me initially, I would have said, okay, they are the ones that have the upper hand here, right? They are the favorites. But I did not expect to perform this clean. It's a very clean series from them. And if I'm honest, then for most of this best of 5 so far, it just didn't feel like they were under threat. It always felt like they had the situation under control. Now, the red team is going to throw a Hail Mary here eventually. But there's a lot of walls that are already opened up here. More and more damage being done. The team being pushed back too. And with Junkrat rolling through the top, the Punisher also starting to move in, plus also the Mercenary camp that they picked up a little bit earlier. Yeah, this is going to be a bit tricky. There's the jump procced in front of the gate as well to make matters even worse. The attacks are coming. They're on level 19, so a 2-level lead for them, of course, on top of that too. And it's just a full-on burn fest here. The Punisher is just mortaring it up. Delusional is low. They swapped roles too. I mean, Delusional has been playing tank for them the entire time, but is now the one that plays Mephisto. They get a kill finally. Diablo goes down. And they get Sylvanas. Maybe now the turnaround. Can they pull it off after all? Ana falls. Mephisto, the Punisher. Not able to get the kill. The rest of the team is able to survive and move away. Diablo, thanks to all of the stacks that he had, is of course back too. But they are saving for now, at least, the keep at the top. It's taking a lot of damage. Oh. Is he killing it? Nah. Got close though. Nearly killed it. But level 20 talents are now ready, and that of course gives a massive advantage over to Team Reverse. And that is something that you kind of gotta deal with somehow. I mean, they kind of have to try and see, okay, how are we gonna deal with this? What are we actually gonna do here? It's not gonna be very easy for them, I'd say, but yeah. The move to the top is already happening. Again, 1.5 level lead. You gotta bridge that. While it's being bridged, the blue team is going to try and capitalize on that talent advantage. And now that Sylvanas is back and they're ready with 5, they will move in, try and take the top keep out, try and do a little bit more, maybe rotate towards the middle afterwards. For now, they're happy to just get the camp until Sylvanas is back with them. And then the siege at the top will start up. And yeah, we'll see what they can do with that. So, one keep destroyed. A bit more. Jojo was at the bottom trying to get experience for the red team. Jet propulsion missed. And here comes the Ancestral for Diablo. And the barbecue play. Yep. Every time. Coming in. Hellgate's out even. Nice. And Mephisto, by now he's top damage on the team and in the game. So as predicted, Mephisto's doing well here. They're still chasing them and they can't go for the kill. Malthael is gone. Guys, Team Easy Girl might not be out of this tournament just yet. They are fighting. They're fighting tooth and nail here, trying to go for Hibin. And yes, he's dead as well. Diablo, this time without assault stacks, is out for the count. They're going for the big chase in an attempt to get more kills. And of course, they're now caught up in experience too. The attempt to at least get Genji. And he was a bit too aggressive, wasn't he? Genji was too optimistic here, so he falls. Now they're only 4. Oh, no, he overchased, and now they pay the price, but the jet propulsion from Blaze nets them another kill. They lose Jojo in the process, but at least they took Johanna down. What a fight! This is insane all of a sudden. Delusional is gone. It's Malthael that starts to get the kills for the team, despite the fact that he has only a single stack on his last rides. They could easily go for the keep at the top and it gets pinged. I was just wondering, why exactly are you moving for the middle? At least send someone to the top to poke this out and take it. And that's what they're doing. So 9 kills to 7. Here we have them. Both teams on level 20, but a keep is destroyed. Another one gets damaged. And in the middle, the shrine is activating. The finale of this third map certainly is crazy. I mean, damn. They're certainly going ham on this one now. So camps are still getting attacked. Obviously with the top keep gone, if they take the camp here, it will eventually push for the core, which is the whole goal. We have 56,000 damage from Mephisto, 52,000 for Junkrat. The shrine is active and they are slightly late to the party, but because they have 5 on the map, they get the initial lead on this and might also get the Punisher. And obviously there is a problem if you're playing for Team Easy Girl or if you're a fan. This keep is only at 50% HP. So now that we're 17, 18 minutes into the game, it's a little bit too good for Team Reverse to just let it pass up. We have Easy Girl moving in, and yeah, they got it. I mean, they have to win this eventually. They need to win this fight. There's no other way. There's camps pushing on every single lane. They're really pinned down now. The only way to break through this is kills. Come in with a vengeance, try and take them on. That's exactly what they're currently doing here. Haven is already moving out, trying for the barbecue, and Anna is gone. Nearly the worst case scenario. The Frozen Punisher is also claimed. That's the end of Mephisto. They're going for Blaze. Lovesick is gone. 3 heroes down. They try to eliminate the rest as well. Jojo gets killed. Genji the only survivor. Hearthing back, but this looks like game. A 3-0 victory apparently for Team Reverse. What a well-controlled series by them. Definitely a deserved victory. Team Reverse with a 3-0 against Team Easy Girl. Very impressive performance, honestly. And this was the cleanest best of 5 that we've seen in the entire tournament so far. And they now move on to the final round of the losers bracket, where they have a chance to qualify for the grand final. GG, well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.